Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. My name is Nick and today guys we're going to be jumping down into the world of XRP, reviewing what's been going on most recently, what I think is likely to happen next and all that wonderful stuff. As I get into the video, if you do find it useful and informative, smash that like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out, link is in the description below. Let's make a start with this one. So XRP paired up with USDT using the BitGet spot exchange and the 1 hour time frame. What is going on here with XRP? Well, XRP has pushed up a little ways. I actually shorted XRP yesterday and got liquidated very quickly. And that's just because I didn't see what was right in front of me. So that was my own daft fault. Let's go ahead and just review what is going on right here. So as we can kind of see, we went up and we've just tapped into that 1-to-1 ratio, right? So for clarity here, what did I do? I shorted the market around here as we were getting rejected on the 200 EMA. Nice tight stop loss down here, and I was trying to do this, right? Essentially, that's what I was trying to do. We then broke above the 200 EMA, and we can see here that actually what we did is we targeted out the 1-to-1 ratio. So yeah, essentially here, I added the short just up here very briefly last night. I didn't get a chance to communicate this into the Discord server, and I'm currently in the green. I think I need to come out of that short position because I don't think we're done with this move to the upside. So I'm going to close out of that later today. Now, essentially here, I think there's a better entry for the short position, but if we do push up higher than 48.397, then we need to be very cautious, because I think essentially here we have a couple of different ways of reading the structures over on the left-hand side here. We have either a big completed structure down at the end here, or this is a beginning structure. And as you can kind of see, I thought this was a beginning structure. So for now, I think actually it's better to think of this over here on this side more like this. If I just repurpose this ABC structure to look like this. Okay, that allows us to then think of this as a complete structure here with a move to the upside and potentially retest this double top situation at the 48.3 cent level. Okay, so I'm thinking there's going to be a long position here briefly before we can go short again on the market. So I think coming out of that short, even though my stop loss would technically be okay, I want to kind of get that out while I'm in green, get out of my position and come back into a short at a better entry level. So taking a look at this is kind of the most obvious in my mind, right? So let me go ahead and draw this on with a yellow box so we can see the range specifically in here. Okay, then I'll remove the fibs. So we can see 47.929 through to the higher range of 48.335. Okay, that's the range that we're kind of looking at. We can see we tapped into it already, but this area here looks like it's more of an impulsive fifth wave movement. Okay, so we're kind of thinking that this here has the potential to kind of come on up into that range one more time and kind of come up into that little bit higher range. And if we were to finesse this, then I would be kind of looking to target out between the 1.236 and the 1.618, and you can see it right inside there. That would be kind of like the targeted range that I would be looking to kind of achieve, right? So it's a little bit of overlap right in this higher range, double top with our high at 48.397, and then from here we look to short it. Okay, so that's kind of my expectations here. And from there, we can see that there's a couple of areas of value. There's also the equilibrium that sit currently a little bit deeper in the price chart. And yeah, for the most part, that would then allow me to look at this from a bigger macro positioning that maybe we can come back down into this range a lot deeper. Okay, so let me show you, right? Big A, B, C structure taking us down just a little bit more before we have that next move to the upside. Again, we could have started the move to the upside. If we take a look at the daily, you can see here the alternative one that I've been plotting. Essentially, we are still looking for that 61.78 to 66.65, and of course the 79.91 to 93.96. Those are still very much valid, but I'm not liking the way that our momentum on our daily chart has rapidly moved to the upside here without doing any price action. So we could potentially move down before we move on up, and that's the big concern here. So that's why I think there's a short position occurring rather than a long position. I think though, if we get close down to our swing low, specifically around this red line of around 39.8 cent, we could actually go long and be in very profitable positions very quickly. So I want to kind of look at this as a potential opportunity for us to kind of short the market, at least for myself, and then go long afterwards. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot give financial advice, but what when I take a look at the market here, I see a requirement for both directional moves. It's just a case of which one's going to occur first. I think we have to move down before we can move on up, but at the same time, I think we're seeing these little micro movements which are basically just grabbing liquidity out of the market, just kind of wicking up a little bit, and as such, you know, we see a lot of liquidations and so forth. Now, if you're interested in liquidations and you're interested in on-chain data for XRP, then why not go ahead and check out membership.𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗏.io, linked in the description down below. We actually have a data source for XRP specifically, and this particular data allows you to take a look at not just like the general recap over what's going on with XRP, but you can also take a look at your liquidations, which you can see is only $536,000 in the last 24 hours. Really small liquidations, and even the wallet counts on what's going on with various different wallets and all that kind of stuff at some various interesting levels. Are the whales buying? Are the whales selling? And all that kind of good stuff, right? So why not check that out? That's obviously linked in the description below if that's of interest to you. So for the most part here, we can see that there is a requirement to go up higher, but before we can go up, I'm thinking that we probably have to see a move to the downside where we can grab some of that additional liquidity that we're talking about. So it's looking pretty good. I think we've got to move up and then we'll move down. That's kind of how I'm seeing it for XRP here, at least on the hourly time frames. Okay, now if we bring up our stochastic RSI, you can see we've got this momentum to the upside on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, we've got loads of momentum to the downside, right? Same with the 8 hour. And the 12 hour is almost up in that overbought area, 16 is almost overbought, 20 hour is overbought, and the daily is heading up to overbought. So we know that there's going to be a big short opportunity for XRP. It's just a case of we have to ride out some of these higher ranges before we can kind of move that or kind of short the market. Now, I shorted it probably a tad too soon yesterday as we were getting rejected on the 200 EMA. Had that stuck, we would have been in a really strong position. But instead, what we saw here was a change of characteristic from bearish into bullish. And obviously now we have this potential 5-wave structure looking for this slightly higher range. I'm in the short of this wave 3 high. I need to come out of there. I will ride this up. Won't go long, I don't think, but I'll short it when we get into that higher range there. Essentially here we'll look for coming down more towards equilibrium, and then I think from here we'll have another run at the upside from there. So yeah, I think that's going to wrap this video up. Nice and brief, just keep it on point as to kind of what is going on with XRP, where my mind is at on the charts and all that kind of wonderful stuff. If you found it useful and informative, smash the like button. I do appreciate that. If you are new, subscribe, and if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, what are you waiting for? Check it out. Link is in the description below. Until the next one though, guys, have a fantastic day.
We are not financial advisors. None of what we have communicated verbally or in writing here should be considered as financial advice. It is not. Do your own research before investing in any digital asset or affiliate offers, and understand that investing in any crypto is risky. If you do, you need to be prepared to lose your entire investment. This video is for information and entertainment purposes only. All our videos are strictly personal opinions. Please make sure you do your own research and never take our opinions for financial guidance. There are multiple strategies, and not all strategies fit all people. Our videos are not financial advice.